Alright, so this first video, this is just gonna be a channel of me playing games and just like talking about things that have happened throughout my life and just stories and all that. So I'm gonna tell y'all about the first time I got caught. I guess caught smoking weed. So this happened not too long ago. I think it happened about what, like, probably like a cool 6 weeks ago. It was recent. So it was like just starting out in summer, and then not just about starting. And then one day we had no school on a Friday, and I had this leftover blunt from hooping with my friends. So I was like, alrighty, I'm gonna take this, smoking on after I take my little brothers to school, because I had to take my little brothers to school because high schoolers didn't have school at that time, but elementary schoolers did. So I took them to school, and then I'm coming back. I was like, you know what? And I tried lighting it out there, like at this baseball field, but I couldn't light it because I couldn't find it. So I had to run back home and then find a lighter and then go behind the backyard, like behind the gate. I did my things, and it was great. It was cool. So everything was fine and dandy, did my thing. I'm in the house chilling. So then, and at this time, I also had like a cart. So like the next day, I think my parents even knew beforehand because we have like cameras, and you could like see behind the backyard a little. And I think they seen the smoke like flying up from the blunt. So I was like, damn. But then I also had a yart at the time, and they found it in my pocket, apparently. And then I'm just on the game, and then one day and they just called me downstairs, and I thought everything was like, all right. And my dad was like, looked at me, was like, turn off the computer. So I'm like, all right. I was like, something's wrong. So then they pull it out, and he was like, what's this though? I was like, yeah, it's a weed pen. And you're like, all right. He's like, when did you start? How'd you start? Why'd you start? And all this stuff. They weren't too pissed as much as I thought they would be, but they were angry. They're just very disappointed, apparently. But they're like, yeah, when did you start? How'd you start? I had to make up a whole entire alias for the person who gave it to me. I got it for free, but from my friend. But at this point, they were like, this is gonna mess up your future, this and that. You play sports, you can't be doing this and playing sports. What if you get drug tested? And I'm just have to sit here and take it and listen to it. And at this point, it kind of made me want to just smoke. It just want to make me smoke more out of like spite a little, but it's kind of childish. I just stayed away from that. And then I've smoked a couple times since then, but I kind of had to stop also. Something also with me having to stop, because apparently at this time I also wrestle and like play football. But during wrestling season, they do tend to drug test us, like to make sure our pee is good and all that. So I was like, okay, maybe I should just stop for now. I've smoked a couple of times since, but at this point, I kind of just limited myself, because I understand where they're coming from. Like, they're just looking out for me and stuff. But then again, bro, they're like, it could be so much worse sometimes. Like, I could be drinking on the daily, and but I could like really see where they're coming from standpoints. But like, then again, bro, it could just be so much worse, I feel like. But overall, for like other people's health and your guys' health, I honestly think you should have smoked regardless of that. Like, honestly, if it could be, it's cool if it's like a one-time thing, you just trying it. But like, if you genuinely play sports and all this, or you like trying to live a healthy life, bro, yeah, stay away from that shit. It won't do you no good. It just won't. It's cool and all, it feels good, but like, bro, at the same time, bro, you could live without it, But weed's cool sometimes, but I recommend y'all just stay away from it overall. Don't smoke. and stay in school.